Patreon member shout out. As we go on, we remember all the times we've had together. And as our lives change, and our... I forget the rest of the words. But we will still be friends forever in Earth 2. So, guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with an Earth 2 update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. So, a couple of updates from Shane. Finally, My Name is Human Podcast. Link will be down below is where you could read it if you don't want to listen to my voice for a while. Before I get into the video, though, we have that 750 tile giveaway, all Class 1, on September 1st. That'll be Wednesday. All you have to do in order to qualify is be a subscriber, follow me and Rayfax on Twitter. Links down below for that as well. And I had an idea, or someone had an idea, brought it to me, trying to blossom it. You know how in Pokemon, in the anime, there was one town they went into, and they had two gyms, and they couldn't get an official gym license, so they had to combine, and then they could get the official gym license after they combined. I want something similar with megacities. I know that we're going to have Olympics. We're going to have Winter Olympics, most likely in Chaveztopia. Again, link down below for that. And we're probably going to have Summer Olympics in, I don't know, Africa, wherever. Doesn't really matter. But I want to keep 1 foot in the digital virtual world and then 1 foot also in the physical world. So, as we all start to get rich and start to get a lot of money from Earth 2 or other investments that we have, I would like us to go and have a physical gym as well. The Chaveztopia boxing team currently only consists of one, yours truly. I want to do it with Kraken, I want to do it with Alpha Kingdom, I want to do it with Legacy of Bermuda, I want to do it every single megacity that is out there right now. And eventually, once a year, maybe twice a year, we meet up, we do an Olympic type of game. Again, boxing team, cool. Bowling, cool. Like, whatever you want to do. We can get a whole bunch of people, play baseball, whatever you want. Anyway, as far as the video goes, here is going to be Shane's responses for all the questions that we had. Quote, I thought we were always going to have to pay for EPL. Due to domain registration fees, we also have a choice to not buy one. He says, exactly. EPLs are optional. EPLs are optional, people. It's your choice to purchase one or not. It gives you better exposure and makes your property easier to find. You can buy one, or you can opt to not buy one. At HazyMyNewmanPodcast.com says, ironically, you were talking about our business model continually giving everything away for free and how that was not sustainable, yet you are now in here promising the exact opposite. So, Shane, what happened to buying EPLs with Essence? And he says, seeing as though Essence, which is generated by properties, will be user-to-user traded now, our game design team thought there should be a user-determined price for Essence once it starts trading. He's basically wanting to say, like, hey, let the free market take care of it. So you can use Essence to purchase EPLs once that goes live. Question. You know I have mad respect for you, Shane, but you can't communicate one thing and just reverse it. People made purchases based on this promise. He says, right, and user-to-user Essence trading is coming, plus a lot more. A much better result than using Essence to purchase EPLs, yet that is completely overlooked. Fair point. Question. Then why not add something like this so the community understands future purchases with Essence? Jane responds, because we've not posted it yet. We just ran the countdown a few hours ago and ensured all is working. Question. Why not add it to the announcement then? It seems like E2 panicked, saying the outrage and changed their mind. Says, no, I have not changed anything, says Shane. It's simple. Guys, if you want an EPL for your property, buy it. If you don't want one, then don't buy it. Do Epic get this much backlash when releasing a skin? You buy it or you don't. So question, yet another, give us cash now, we promise more is coming. I know it's optional to buy an EPL, but if we wait until we can use the Essence we purchased Mentors early for because we were told we could buy EPLs with them, all the good ones will be taken. Once again, screwing the players who don't continuously fork out cash to you to use the land we already purchased. Sorry, Shane, but this is too much. You can only say, better things are coming, so many times. Fair points. Shane says, continuing to screw people for money? Did we twist people's arm to purchase land? I don't get it. How are we continuously screwing people to spend money? Also a fair point. Let me go scroll back here. I don't think that's what he's saying. He was saying that, again, the question saying that it's optional to buy an EPL, but if we wait until we can use the essence that we purchased Mentars early for, because we were told the EPLs, we could buy EPLs with them, all the good ones will be. So I understand what he's saying, and Shane, I don't think really answered that right away, but more questions to come. The only thing Shane was really defending against, he only defended against one thing in there, was saying, listen, we're not screwing people for money. We're not holding people at gunpoint, telling them to give us money. He said, do we twist their arm to purchase land? So I get that. And the follow-up question says, because we bought Mentars with the idea that EPLs would cost Essence. And Shane says, and you have user-to-user Essence trading coming, and Essence will serve a key utility role inside E2. It's not for nothing. So it's basically saying, like, yes, you can still buy EPLs with Essence. That is coming. Question, a skin doesn't provide an advantage to gameplay. LOL. That's true. And Shane responds, neither does an EPL. It's a decision. If you want to buy a domain name, buy one. If you want to set up a free social account, do that. Question, it will cost Essence to register an EPL, and all properties will be automatically created Essence. Users will be able to wait for their properties to create enough Essence and register their EPL for their properties, or will also have the ability to purchase Essence for those that want to get EPLs for their properties sooner. End quote. Basically, the question was, that was the promise that Shane gave to us. Shane says, game design changed that based on the fact user-to-user Essence is planned. Basically saying that, what Shane is saying is, all plans are subject to change with little or no notice. I'm pretty sure they have that in the terms and conditions in the FAQ. There's no problem. You guys continue to attack me. I'm quite used to it. Ouch. Sorry you're upset because we're changing for something and working out long-term sustainability. We have so many things we're working on that will benefit users long-term on the platform. Yet as soon as we charge for anything, it's mayhem. I do understand that. I mean, again, you could go in and play this game literally for free. You can go, and I have giveaways. Speaking of which, Omi Queen, you are the last giveaway winner. So Omi Queen, message me and collect your, not Omi. Omi Queen, you were the last E2 tile giveaway winner. Message me and you get your free tile. But basically saying that you can play. You can go here. You can go to our Realty's channel. There's literally a channel called Earth 2 Giveaways. Link down below to Guidebook Gaming. They give away free tiles every single day. And again, you have my 750 tile Class 1 giveaway sponsored by Wraithax on Wednesday, September 1st. So you don't really need money to buy anything. If you want to spend $1, you could probably buy 2 tiles. Probably get jewels with that. After 14 days, you get free Mentars. They start producing Essence, or they detect Ether. You get Essence from that. If you wanna pay for more, if you want more, you got to pay for more. But for the most part, you can do a couple of these things for free. It says, people are asking, since you said there's a huge advantage in owning them with Essence, if they then bought Mentars before they became free to be able to generate through Essence in time for EPLs, they now feel screwed over as I paid for Mentars to get ahead based on what was communicated and put on all pages officially, and now has to pay again. That's why they feel deceived. So I understand what the question is saying. The question is saying that, hey, we were told that if you buy Mentars, you get Essence ahead of time, which will give you an advantage over other players. One of the advantages includes buying EPLs for Essence, or only for Essence. And then Shane kind of went back and says, okay, well, even though that you'll be able to take Essence and buy Mentars, EPLs with that eventually, right now, if you just have the cash, you can just pay for it right now. So I think that's where people feel screwed. But Shane says, yes, I realize that. It was my plan, but as I said, game design thought differently after the more advantageous change to allow Essence to be user-to-user traded. Also wanted to point out, for Nathaniel's sake, that he is not involved with game design, so tagging him and messaging him with complaints is a massive distraction. He has nothing to do with game design. He is focused on building out Phase 3, so would appreciate if people consider this. Okay. Question, who do we tag? Shane says community management. It's not just Hazy that's annoyed. Check Twitter. Most of us are. You said, and the website still says, EPLs will be bought with Essence, which, again, they still will be able to. He says, going back on that is a kick in the teeth. Most of us have already put way more in than we ever would a standard pay-to-win game, which this seems to be turning into. You're making Essence saleable, right? Sure, the cut from that would more than cover any fees, not to mention continued tile sales. Shane says, I have already pointed this out, but was advised against it. If we set a price on Essence to EPLs, then Essence begins user-to-user trading, and the price differs too significantly from those EPL charges, which is likely, we're going to have thousands of angry people, 10 times worse than this, carrying on. So yeah, I can easily say, hey, you can buy EPLs with Essence, and it's going to be X amount of Essence for an EPL, and Essence will equal in 1 cent in E-dollars or whatever. Then user-to-user Essence trades and will likely go up in value, and users who spent their Essence on EPLs when they probably should have held on to their Essence will come out in force. We wanted to avoid that. Basically what Shane is saying is if he sets a price for EPLs right now, like, hey, 1 EPL is 1 cent or $1, whatever the price he sets, before user-to-user trading comes out, then when the user-to-user trading does come out, and suddenly the price of Essence is up here, and people are like, oh man, I spent this Essence on an EPL when I should have held on to it because it was pointless to do that. Yeah, I agree with Shane. Should he have said that in the beginning? Probably, but I agree with him here. Question is, but if we can't use Essence for anything, it's worthless then. The Essence market will just be another jewels market where we dump everything every day. Well, I have never dumped jewels. I've only bought jewels. And again, he says these things are coming. Now, I understand we're saying that, okay, hey, you say things are coming, things aren't coming. Jewels don't really have any utility. Put them on your mentors to get Essence, but Essence can't really buy anything right now. Again, guys, patience is key. I have been literally soaking up the jewel market, everything under like 17 cents. There is some every single day. I think those are stupid cheap. I think those will go insanely higher in the future. I've outfitted, because it takes time, I haven't outfitted all of my mentors with jewels. But I just think that a lot of people's patience are wearing thin. And for people that do have patience, good for us, because we're about to kill it. And Shane even responds, who said Essence has no purpose? Just because you can't use it right now, does that mean it has no purpose? Question, I think Shane is not divulging more information than needed because there are other companies trying to do the same type of game. Report too soon, lose your user base, tightrope he has to walk, in my opinion, that's true. Says, this and other reasons I cannot disclose. I guess, again, there are so many copycats that came out after Earth 2. There are so many people that have a lot more money, although Earth 2's got, I don't know how many millions of dollars. But anyway, there's other companies that have billions, tens of billions, hundreds of billions of dollars, like Facebook, that are trying to catch up and surpass Earth 2. So, yeah, Shane's got a lot he's dealing with. Question, Dear Shane, I believed in the project from the start. I was enthusiastic and continue to be. What is not clear to me, and I don't like this poor communication, do you want me to spend $5 for the EPL? Okay. I'm not a visionary like you. I need you to explain to me what the advantage is. Thank you. It says, you don't need to buy an EPL, Lucas. It's just optional for those that wish to reserve a name for their property later. So that's clear as day. Question, anything on blockchain? 2, Lucky Resources Country? 3, Nathaniel gameplay video? And Shane says all of these are in progress, so you got it. Things on the blockchain, Lucky Resources Country, and Nathaniel gameplay video is all in progress. Question, we do not want exact dates, but an approximate plan would be helpful. This year? Shane says, yes, we are definitely aiming for this year. I really hope things happen before the end of this year. If it doesn't, it's going to be riots. But either way, it'd be good for me because I could buy up jewels for like 10 cents. I could, if people decide like, oh yeah, we could trade user to user Essence, I'll be buying up as much as I can. Question, don't you think that this whole situation is easily avoidable with a public roadmap? I'm not talking about revealing everything you'll do on each date and phase, but in general, a vision from us, the forest that allows us to see some light. I understand the possible internal strategies, but many users may not understand the magnitude of the project in terms of success. We simply need some guidance in the world of the blind. Jay says, and you have seen what happens if one thing changes from a tweet I created, then game design opted to alter something. This happens. Imagine what releasing our roadmap would do when we change or miss a date. So I understand what Shane is saying like, hey, if we have a roadmap, this is what we want to do. And then because people are human and new data comes in, it's like, oh, actually, we're going to change this roadmap. People would be insane. It's like, oh, you promised us this, now you're changing it. I know people would be insane. But that being said, Shane says, that wasn't his argument. Shane says, what happens if we change or miss a date? We're not asking for dates. He was being asked like just for a roadmap with no dates. So if Shane were to give out a roadmap with no dates, maybe that could lessen the amount of frothiness that some people have. Says, well, it may be modifiable in a roadmap as long as you don't change literally everything in it. Shane says, then it's open for interpretation. What you might find acceptable, the next person may not. That's true. I understand what Shane's doing. Says, I can choose Coca-Cola and be assured I don't have to give it back. Is there any guidelines? Shane says, I would say not. As much as I would love the idea of Earth 1 governance being non-existent inside of Earth 2, imagine IP trademarks will be enforceable. So basically, you can't name your style Coca-Cola or Pokemon or whatever. I imagine once bigger companies get into this, they're going to be like, yeah, we're taking Coke, we're taking Coca-Cola. Although, Coke, you could probably take. Pop, you could probably take. Pokemon, you could probably not take. Pikachu, you could probably take, but if it's like misspelt or whatever, I don't know. So you wouldn't recommend buying company names and stuff in case of copyright issues. Shane says, I would say it's a risk. I can't really recommend anything to you. My recommendation is don't name your place Dragon Ball Z. That's my place. Are adult X-rated names / words allowed? Shane says, I can't say, but I don't see a problem with it personally. I mean, if it's legal, I would not stop it. That's great. So in EPL, we cannot acquire... 69 is mine. So in EPL, we cannot acquire company names and then get rich. Well, then we have it clear. It says, people made fortunes of domain names. I'm sure they had some kind of strategy. I actually reduced the initial price significantly to $4.95, as I thought it would be better for players. I'm also looking to open a public board soon where users can submit bugs, vote on those bugs, and submit feature requests, etc. All right, that's pretty good. There's a lot here. What do you think you need to establish long-term sustainability funding at this point? Surely your project cash burn rate takes you out a few years. And do you think these types of renewable generators could wait? Shane says, well, I'm not building this to last a few years, ... They're building this to last for a long time, like decades. Any official stance on running scripts? Shane says, personally, I think most scripts are cool. I want Earth 2 to be kind of player hacky type place. That's interesting. I'm just going to skip a couple questions here. Do you think we'll be able to join properties this year? Taking one property in Antarctica, moving it to another property in Antarctica, and joining them? Shane says, that's harder to answer because we already have an intense roadmap to complete in 2021, but have not forgotten about it. After EPLs, I wanted to revisit subdividing properties. All right. Basically, if you have 750 tile plot and you'd want to break it up into smaller factions, you'll most likely be able to do that first, and that should be coming soon. When we have companies, then I hope you will provide a commercial department that we can contact to introduce our investors to E2. Shane says, yes, I'm well aware of this commercial requirement. There are so many areas we need to work on in parallel with others. I'm not sure everyone gets that. Can we get more Discord chats with you guys? Most people would be very happy for once a week. Shane says, well, I came in here knowing I would be attacked, so I'm not shy. I've just been very busy these days, specifically interviewing new staff for another office we're opening. I guess they're growing, which is great. Actually, it's going to be E2 growing. E2 is going to grow. Can't wait for this. And that's pretty much it. basically Shane says he's frustrated that, or he knows things are frustrating. There are just some things that he can't talk about. I want to ask a question. If I had a large company interested now, how can I do? Do I contact you privately, or do you think it's better to wait a little longer for these investors? Shane says, I cannot tell you how many companies approach us for investment. We're just not ready, nor do we need it yet. As ironic as it may sound, I do want to ensure we deliver something that will benefit players based on what my plans are, and investors can change that. So that is really good. I'm gonna get that right there. That's gonna be a thumbnail right there. So anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye bye to Dashi. Bye bye, Dashi. I love you guys. Bye. Meow 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 meow.